Okay, back at part 3, the final training portion. Let's get this going. I am Dark Silver, you say?
Hi, I'm still here.
There's Eric. Okay, starting this off, I'm actually going to put Kate in front because most of these are lasses or schoolgirls, so they're going to have roots.
Not really, little girl.
Huh?
Want to play with my Pokemon?
Did she say that?
She said that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would say those sorts of things.
Junior trainer, female, sent out Bellsprout. How wonderful.
Dude! I'm pretty I wouldn't count that as 1, that's probably like 2 health.
You see, paralysis powder is powder that dissolves your spine.
And acid?
Yes.
No, and acid. ...
Oh. Maybe.
Come on, bud. Come on, think faster. Okay. There's a Tangela. Ooh.
These are terrifying because I think they have wrap.
They do. Well, even the Bellsprouts have wrap. The only thing that you don't have to worry too much about having wrap is Oddish.
Or
even
Tentacle.
though they have,
Tentacle has wrap, and he uses it quite often next to Pallet Town.
yeah. Well, that's going to be fun during the training session going down to Blaine in Cinnabar Island. Couldn't think of it, as far as where I am on actually recording these, pre-recording these, we're up to our 6th gym match. So, yeah, and I think this is going to be coming after there. Actually, we're going to be using that for our last team members, actually, where they're going to shine for the route down to Cinnabar Island.
Admittedly, as little use as Farfetch'd has, I do like his sprite.
It's only redeeming quality.
Dodo looks just looks boring.
Was that?
He just looks boring. It's like, I have 2 heads and I'm standing. Okay. Of course, Pidgey's not that much more
Dude, that's the one Pokemon we'd had to stare at in the borders of this game every single time. That's the one side effect I do not like about the Duo Game Boy.
Hey, I'm pretty okay with it though, because at least they're doing interesting things, presumably.
I suppose. It's better than just the Pikachus, just very mediocrely decorating the side. Oh, look, it's Dodrio!
I kind of like Dodrio because he's like being menacing.
I suppose.
And his head's doing different things.
Well, the heads are different emotions in their Pokedex, it says.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm here. Derp, derp.
Actually, what's hilarious is that after Gen 1, or even as soon as, again, don't quote me because it's been a while, even in Pokemon Stadium, they actually agreed that since technically Doduo, even though he's based on Ostrich, which is a flightless bird, that it can run so fast it's as if it flies. And so the animation on Pokemon Stadium is that it just keeps running and it just completely goes up. It flies.
Wow, that's terrible. And look, beauty.
I know my Ninetales is. Anyway. Dude, actually to admit, I really like Ninetales' shiny sprite. That looks so awesome. It's
not as cool as Charizard's.
Okay, Charizard and Rayquaza, who else do we have that's black and gold?
I don't know, but whoever they are, they win. Unless it's like Jigglypuff or something.
I don't know. That would be really odd, don't you think?
Black and gold Jigglypuff rocks your world.
Jeez, man.
Gloom was remarkably bored.
Yeah, well,
I'm sleeping.
That's kind of the... That was kind of the weird thing about Gloom to begin with. You need a Leaf Stone to evolve Gloom. Oh, that's a 1 health. Jeez.
Oh, Oddish is happy with life. How odd of it. Gloom is gloomy. Surprise. And then what was it? Vileplume?
Yes.
It also is kind of happy.
Yeah. It's
kind of shady too. It's like a sombrero. And like looks
what? I don't know. It's this weird thing. It's kind of like Venusaur's flower, but not.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know the thing with oh, never mind. Kate's poisoned again. Which reminds me, after all of this, I finally take the time to go ahead and shop again. When I shop, I get full restores. Or if not full restores, full heals.
It's full restore, full heal, same thing.
Sort of. One actually doesn't restore your full status, it restores you full health on top of it. Which is decidedly more useful than the other.
Yeah. Bulbasaur.
Well, anyway, Grimer, Weezing, we've seen all these before.
Weezing. I always found him kind of distorted because he has just this evil protrusion.
Sort of, or the fact that there's 3 copyings that have merged into one, and one is so small for some reason that it doesn't even have a face anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It looks like one gained a horrible disease, or like has.
That
siblings.
might make sense considering he's made from toxins and pollution and whatnot. He's made from toxic gas. I don't even know what it is because if you think about it, it should be ghastly or something.
Well, ghastly is not ghastly; it's ghastly. So. You know, that's that word.
Oh.
Wheezing. Seriously, this thing looks like it's diseased or something. It's...
Well, again, that makes sense.
Oh, okay, it's made of poison, whatever, but still. They could have made it at least look happy like him.
Well, they kind of do in later,
Not in this
sprites.
one. This
Not
one
in
looks
this
like...
no.
It's like it's in horrible pain.
Yeah, it looks like it's really sick, I know.
Something evil's growing out of me. Please kill me.
Dude. Oh. Poor Weezing.
That's why I never
Interestingly
used
enough,
it.
he's one of my favorite Pokemon just because how cool he is.
No, I think I hated him because I think he also used Minimize.
Well, if that's the case, you might as well hate anything and everything that can use Double Team, which is almost
Yes.
anything and everything.
I hate everything that's ever used Double Team against me.
Well, at least you're more specific about it. It has to qualify. It has to use Double Team against you.
It has to use it against me, yes. If it doesn't use it, I don't care.
So tell me, if one of the Pokemon that actually uses it, do you hate that Pokemon specifically, or all Pokemon of that type now?
That one.
Okay.
Unless I liked it beforehand, in which case I can give it a pass. But
Really? Even if it spams?
Even if it spams.
Okay.
If my first impression of it is negative, I will never like it.
That's tolerance right there. Wigglytuff must die.
Well, like if Glaceon uses Double Team against me, okay. I'm fine with this. But I love Glaceon. I don't like this person though. They seem fake.
Oh, here we go with the poison again. Oh.
Kate dies. I love it when my Pokemon dies one step away from the Pokemon Center. Or like one step in front of Nurse Joy. Like I'm about to press A to go to it, and nope, die. That's wonderful.
Eric. Eric.
Well, at least in this game they have introduced happy points.
No, Eric. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Dude.
I called it.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. Really.
At least it.
Yes, we did a jump cut. I'm sorry.
That caught me off guard.
What happened is that now that we're done with all that down there, we can go ahead to the bicycle route and take care of the bikers. So I just cut out all the needless stuff of me walking back up that route because, again, I don't have a Pokemon with flying on me. And since I'm at double speed, I'm practically running, so I don't mind it. And actually, you're going to be seeing me getting the very last of the coins necessary to get the TM that I wanted for Kate. Speaking of which, if you were convinced of me being sorry before, let this be an add to the apology of one of the best, honestly, one of the best Gen 1 moves in the game, believe it or not, that we're going to be getting with these coins. Now again, it's only 5,500 coins, but... So yeah, this was fun.
You know, there's probably a way to, like, game the system and actually win, like, all the time. I just don't know it.
There might be.
This is Gen 1, there probably is.
Yeah, there might be.
But I don't know it, so I just buy coins because I'm really bad
Well,
at
anyway,
it.
there they are. So here's the gift I've been waiting for, the TM that I wanted for her, again, because of the shallow move pool that some Pokemon have.
Yeah, it might just require good timing.
What's that?
It might just require good timing. That's entirely possible.
That might be it too, for the slots. We get TM15, which is... I don't know where that hiccup came from there. TM15, which is Lance's favorite move, Hyper Beam. So anyway, I'm choosing Hyper Beam because it's special in Gen 1, and Kate is a special Pokemon. So, and since you're a mix attacker, Brandon is a physical move, so it's actually very bad to give it to them. Other
it's a
than
special
that,
move, and it's not a special move later?
Wait, hold on a second. Actually, no, I take that back. I got it completely wrong. Normal moves are all physical in this game. But I wanted to give it to her anyway because because other than that, she has no other attacking moves that I can honestly use reliably. The only other move that I can think I could possibly give her is Swift, and that's a ridiculous move. So I'd much rather take the power 150 over the power 60.
Now think about it, Swift would have been nice against those minimized opponents.
It might have, but honestly, up till right now, I haven't had much of a problem with them. But still, that and Hyper Beam, honestly, is the best attack animation in the game.
Yeah, it does. Does it tire you out?
Yeah, what's good about Gen 1 is that if I knock out an opponent, which is usually what it's there for also, is to, if I have to use Fire Blast and then finish with Hyper Beam, if you knock out the opponent with Hyper Beam, you do not have to recharge.
Nice.
In Gen 1, though, so...
He's creepy.
The cue ball?
Yes.
Well,
creepy.
It's not the only NPC with a whip.
Look at it. Yes, it.
Yeah, I know. I specify it, too.
Mankey, martial arts monkey.
You manky git! I apologize to the British viewers. I think that's a curse.
Don't worry. This probably won't be banned in Germany.
Yeah, that was funny because of the music setup that I put up for Rhythm Desert and Ratchet and Clank Going Commando LP. Randomly, my YouTube said that you can put it up, but it's going to be banned in Germany. Like, 1, that's random. 2, I'm sorry, Germany. To be completely honest, I can see my specs for people viewing. It's all America, so there's no casualties yet.
Maybe there are. Maybe the German viewers really want to get in on it, and then just bam, we can't.
Well, okay, it says it's banned in Germany, so if you're a German who just happens to be in another country or state of a country, you can still view it. What can we say? I mean, I'm just grinding through these guys because I kind of have to. On the good, on the plus side...
Well, let's be honest about Pokemon. Commenting on this game is not very difficult to figure out.
What I'm probably going to do after this is... or they might have just done the same thing. Is actually watch... the only one Brain Scratch comms that I haven't watched, and I'm not sure why exactly, is their Pokemon commentaries. So I might want to check that out to see what they had to do. Although, honestly, it's probably the same thing because they're not the only ones who've been in such situations. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing really much else to talk about. We're just kind of playing the game.
You're killing dudes for experience. Who cares?
I wish there was something... Oh, you do what
also,
you
I really hate this route's stupid gravity.
That is very annoying, especially since I had to do a... You're going to see another jump cut just so you don't get confused again. Like, wait a minute. Wasn't the screen...
Well, I was talking, and then I wasn't. I was like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, it's like, the screen was, like, yellow, and now it's green. That means you...
And you came out of a completely different building.
I came out of a completely different building. But anyway, the reason there's a bit of a jump cut is because there's going to be some grass down this, this bikeway, and I don't have any repels, unfortunately. So I'm going to run into a couple of random Pokemon. I'm just going to skip around because there's a rare candy in there, and shoutouts to Worcester because I had no idea that was there.
You could have used your item finder.
I don't have one, for one. 2, if I had one, I would use it.
Yeah,
you know what the item finder consists of in this game? I think it's going to come over here. You have to use it, and you have to say there's no item. And you have to be on top of the square where you think there might be an item.
Yeah, it's actually a lot easier to just go around and press A all the time.
Yes.
Which is really terrible.
Infinitely. Which is a very terrible thing. Yeah, I thought so. This is a Primate.
Primate. He evolved into boxing gloves.
No kidding. That's kind of interesting how that happens. Kind of the same question with Knuckles, also. The Echidna.
Yeah. The boxing gloves?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, see, there's one of the cuts, and unfortunately, the Dazzle decided not to separate the scene from that encounter. That, and I also come into this fight, which is fine. But I think, actually, what I was worried about is that if this cue ball actually landed on the space the item is at. So that means I would end up having to talk to him instead of picking up the rare candy.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be annoying. I have to go out, go up, leave, come back, and then try and find the exact same spot, which isn't too hard, admittedly, because he's lined up with it, but...
Machoke. That's not steroid use.
That's not steroid abuse. Oh.
What's really great is it's not. He just levels up.
None.
Wouldn't that be convenient? You could just beat up a few random people and then suddenly muscular.
That's a saying.
That's how all RPGs work.
So yeah, there's another jump cut.
Firo.
Yeah.
Who actually has a pretty good sprite, I'll admit.
And this one, yeah.
Well, here, yes. The sprites obviously change.
There it is.
Whenever I'm looking for something, though, I always make sure to just talk to the NPCs that might mess with me, so they don't move.
Well, that's actually a speedrunning tactic. It does save time and energy. You can just go over them and just like, you know what, just talk to them. That's actually what I did over here. Don't have to worry about actually. You don't have to wheel over or move over into their line of sight to induce battle. Just talk to them. Although I have to admit, what was really jerkish is when in some of the I'm out of Nightshade. Is that for whatever reason I suddenly thought of Skyrim. The Nightshade's one of the herbs you can get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nightshade's actually a thing.
What's that?
Nightshade's actually a thing. It's not some magical thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not some magical herb.
I wasn't saying it was a magical. Well, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's poisonous.
It might be.
Or you know,
I
it's
forgot
not.
this guy.
If we're to believe Nightmare Before Christmas, which I do, as a matter of course. Look, not a bad sprite there. That's the animation. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it did minimize for you. Okay, now that's 1 health, and I did that. I did that not on purpose, but I did that myself. I was hoping that Mega Drain would be enough to get rid of it, but no. Instead of saving 1 PP, I ended up wasting 1. Thanks.
Yay.
So yeah, the gist of this bicycle road is that if you don't touch your D-pad at all, you're going downhill. This was really confusing for me as a 9-year-old, because I'm like, why do I keep moving down? Because I can't really tell with the limited graphics that it's actually an incline.
Yeah, there's an incline, but I don't believe it because it doesn't show anything. And there's just like that one random little bit, like where the rails start. It's like there's the incline. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe it. It's 2D. But I always just found it kind of annoying. It's like, okay.
All it's effectively doing is that whenever you're in those panels, you're automatically always to be considered pressing down.
Didn't they eventually add like a break or something?
What's that?
Didn't they eventually add like a break or something?
They do in some of the other gens. I never used it.
It has very limited purpose, but...
Very nice. Actually, yes, they do in the remakes for this. And here we get Dream Eater, thankfully. This is going to be very useful in a lot of important fights. So I suppose if nothing else, to make up for Haunter's lack of health, if it does get hurt, it has 2 ways of getting health
healing
back.
itself.
Yeah.
It's basically a health vampire. Luckily for this route, they didn't decide to make the whole route random encounters.
Yeah, that is true.
That'd be really annoying.
Now, this is really great. Now is also when we use Haunter for any Vault Orbs or Electrodes we come across. Because Haunter's Ghost and Explosion, Self-Destruct, and Screech, and all those really annoying normal moves are normal and so will not affect me. Aw.
I also love how in first gen you can put something to sleep and it wakes up the same turn.
Then there's an example of that. Yeah, apparently in Gen 1 it's 1, because technically the turn you wake up you do not move. So it's 1 to 5 turns. Now, what people don't know as often as much is that in Pokemon Stadium itself, if you're playing on the game, is that it was reduced from 1 to 3. And I know I told you early on in this LP, when I was still in Viridian Forest, about that jerk with the Mew at the very end of the Master Cup. And my gosh, my rental Gengar was just hypnosising, and it kept waking up off and on. It was... Oh, man.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I had to go through that fight 4 times before finally it's just RNG. That's all it is to it. That's the only other way. There's only a legitimate way I think you can actually beat it, unless you...
To be fair, a lot of RPGs come down to, does this enemy have a really bad move? If it does, is it going to use it all the time?
Yeah, that's generally how some of it goes to. And that's pretty much how it is, unless you're not taking your time, i.e. you're speedrunning in Pokemon. It's a lot of it's luck-based too.
Well, if you are speedrunning, even more of it's luck-based, but you can usually manipulate it a bit.
A bit.
Except for the parts where it's just, you can't manipulate it at all, and then you have to hope they don't screw you, and you have to start over.
Yeah.
Hi, Worcester.
From the beginning. Yeah, to be fair, there's any
He's the one that I know of that regularly speedruns Pokemon.
Well, his major is Pokemon. He has, like, the record for almost all the Pokemon games, and only very rarely get taken from him. And he usually gets them back. But he also, you saw his reset meter. It's in like the 600-700s.
Oh, he also resets when he doesn't get optimal stats in the beginning.
Well, to be fair though, you have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point in trying to attempt the run. This is where we're at. Oh yeah, this one's gonna run a little bit extra long, and compared to the other two training videos, just because like we're so close, we're just gonna knock it out. So yeah, using poison move on a poison Pokemon isn't exactly helpful.
The best idea.
But to be honest, I think that's all it has. It probably has Smog, Sludge, maybe Tackle. And that's its move pool. And only in Generation 1 do they not optimize the NPC's Pokemon. They can actually very much just have 2 moves, maybe 3 moves, and have an empty space.
Actually, to be fun. Usually it's not a good idea to use the same type against one Pokemon. It is for dragons, for some reason. I never figured that out.
Until we start finally getting some.
Well, why is dragon weak to dragon? I would love to know that.
I am actually also interested why they're weak to ice.
Ice and dragon.
Yeah.
We'll confuse ice, whatever. Why are they weak to their own moves?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
Kind of don't have any other alternatives. It'd be kind of interesting to see how the fairy type will affect some things, as to whether or not that'll add or hurt the dragons. It'd be interesting if dragons were actually weak to fairy, or vice versa. Because to be completely honest, nothing else is weak to dragon except dragons, now that you think about it.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll...
Dragon's like true neutral except to itself, or what?
Yeah, or maybe they'll make that fairies weak to dragon, who knows. Oh, it's suck admittingly.
I don't really get...
I have no idea what the specs are on fairy type yet.
All that I know is I saw pictures. Wonderful. I saw pictures of some of the lineup for the new gen.
Yeah.
And there were a remarkable amount of foxes.
Were there?
If I remember correctly, yeah.
Interesting. I know that one. I know the fire type is a fox.
Like, my friend showed me. I think it was like a YouTube video. And it was just like, here, lots and lots of foxes. I mean, of course, there were other things, but there were like a startling number of foxes. Or fox-like creatures.
Interesting. Hey, now that we... Hold on. I'm sorry. Now that we kind of come to the subject, isn't, like... I don't know if you probably wouldn't know this either, but I was thinking that... You know how Gen 5 was kind of to be based in, like, America, or basically in New York?
Yeah.
I'm thinking this place is actually based in Britain.
I thought it was like France.
Europe, it looks like.
Europe, okay.
Then, if that's the case. But okay, we finished the,
To be fair, they're at best passing resemblances. It's not like we're actually visiting New York or France. Although, when it comes to this stuff, every major city is New York.
And I do believe that's going to be it for the part, so next time we're actually going to go ahead and take on, actually we're going to go to the Safari Zone, because we need to get you Surf.
Oh. Ended it with an O.